It's gay, 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 it's gay! And welcome to my safe haven, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me and clicking on another video here on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. If this is your first time checking me and my channel out, first and foremost, let me say thank you so much for clicking on this video. Let me introduce myself. My name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek, and I always say the things that I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the force. I like to talk superheroes, I like to talk video games, I like to talk comic books, action movies, sci-fi, horror, animated movies, and of course, I like to talk about black representation and queer representation because my name is Black Gay Comic Geek. So if that's something that you are interested in, and if you think representation matters and representation equals normalization, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Become a regular here on the channel. Check out the other videos on my channel. Share the channel with your friends, families, and neighbors. But also, do me a favor, hit the like button. That'll tell YouTube that you enjoyed this video, to recommend this video to other people, which pushes my channel and gets my channel to grow. Hopefully I'm interesting enough that you watch the video to the end. As I always say in every video, watch, like, share, comment, interact for the all gay rhythm. So yeah, as it says in the title of this episode, we are here to talk about the latest adult animated series to come to Netflix. At least I hope it's going to be a series and not just a one and done season, because you know Netflix loves to cancel shows after one season. So hopefully this show has time to grow and marinate. But it is called Dragon Age Absolution, which is actually based off the very popular video game franchise by BioWare. They had Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, which is my favorite of the trilogy, and then I cannot wait. It's one of my most anticipated games. I think it's supposed to come out in 2023, and that is Dragon Age 4, Dragon Age Dreadwolf. I am a huge fan of the Dragon Age world and the lore, the mythology, and the characters. So when I found out that Netflix is going to adapt it into an animated series, I was super excited. But yeah, this is going to be a non-spoiler review. The show just came out on Friday, December 9th. I was about to say September 9th. Whoa, that was months ago. But set into Ventur, the oldest surviving nation in Thetis, after a heist to steal the Circulum Infinititus, an artifact fueled by forbidden blood magic, goes wrong, the mercenaries tasked with acquiring the artifact deal with the fallout. And to familiarize yourself with this world, like, in many ways, this show, because all of these shows are inspired by the Dungeons and Dragons board game, right? So like this show is very similar in a way to like things like Vox Machina or even like Castlevania, but more specifically like Vox Machina, because they both literally take their cues from the Dungeons and Dragons world. Like this show is called Dragon Age Absolution. So it's literally like Dungeons and Dragons-esque lore. And so is Vox Machina. And then also you have a ragtag group of individuals, just like Vox Machina has a ragtag group of individuals. And this show, just like Vox Machina, has blood, sex, gore, and magic. It is very adult and not so much gore. There's not a lot of gore. There's definitely blood, and there isn't a whole lot of sex compared to Vox Machina, but there's still elements in there. But unlike Vox Machina, this show has a lot of brown characters, black and brown characters. As a matter of fact, the main character, Miriam, is voiced by a black woman, Kimberly Brooks. And then her main partner, the co-lead in this show, is voiced by the legendary great Phil Lamar, who most people know as the voice of like Static Shock. He's the voice of Green Lantern from the Justice League cartoons and a whole bunch of other voices. And then voicing another main character, a dwarf named Lachlan, is another black actor, Keston John. And then you got another major character, Hera, who's a mage. She's voiced by an Asian actress, Suma Lee Montano. So there's a lot of diversity both in front of and behind the scenes with regards to this show. And the showrunner slash director of this animated series is Keon Bay, who was the animation director of Steven Universe. And not only just that, based on what I alluded to in the intro of this video, the two leads, Miriam and Roland, are both gay. And it's not something that's hinted at. It's not something that's subtext. They don't hide. No, They are gay. So it's a fantasy series. It has blood, sex, gore, and magic, and it's gay. It's black. It's black, it's gay. It's black, it's gay. Yay! Now, with that said, is it good? Because just because something has the representation I'm looking for doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually interesting and good and something that I would want to watch. And I am happy to say it is. Now, like I said, I am a huge fan of Dragon Age and the Dragon Age lore, and this show brings all of that to the table. And as a fan of the video games, and if you guys are fans of the video games, there's definitely some Easter eggs and some characters from the games that have cameos and show up in this show and in this world, and there's names and references that you would definitely recognize, and it's definitely a love letter to fans of the Dragon Age world. Now, in that aspect, I will find this a little bit hard to review for the general audiences that maybe don't know a lot of the Dragon Age world because, and this is one of the things I will fault the show on, I do feel like, especially with it only being 6 episodes, they don't really do enough to explain how this world works or what this world is for people that don't know the Dragon Age world. Like, when you watch the show, it is assumed you're watching this show because you know Dragon Age. Like, they don't explain anything. So that might be a hindrance in terms of like the popularity of the show, in terms of getting new fans on. But like, I'm not sure if people that don't know the Dragon Age world will find it interesting because they don't explain anything. I'm not sure, because I knew all the references and I knew everything that was going on, but I knew while watching it, I was just like, yeah, I don't know how well this will work for people that don't know this world. But with that said, speaking of the world, like, this show is very beautifully animated. Like, it is epic. It is incredible. You could tell that this is a fantasy world that you want to indulge yourself in. Now, I will say that while the animation, because it's the same, it's Netflix, it's not the same people that made Castlevania, but a lot of the animation reminded me of Castlevania, but at the same time, it was not as good as Castlevania, but it was still pretty good. Like, in terms of the show overall, like, I only really have the 2 criticisms. A, I don't know how good it is in terms of like getting new fans and people that aren't really introduced into this world. I don't know how I don't think it really did a good job of getting new fans introduced. And then also, I do feel like because this show is only 6 episodes and there's only a half an hour each episode, there wasn't enough time to really sit with each of the characters to really, by the end of season 1, know who each character is. And not just the characters and the world, where they came from, their backstory, etc. Like, I do wish we got to have at least like 12 episodes, because I say this is very similar to Vox Machina. Vox Machina had 12 episodes in the first season. They were just as long, half hour each. I wish this show had at least 12 episodes. It's the same way I even felt with season 1 of Castlevania. It felt very, very short. And so I do wish that we got to have more. And hopefully, because, you know, you think about Castlevania had the 6 episodes first season, but then as we got later seasons, it had more episodes. So hopefully that's something that happens with Dragon Age Absolution. That next season we get to have more episodes, which has more time to flesh out these characters and more time to build out this world. But like I said, I had an absolute blast watching this. It got me even more excited, and it makes me salivate even more waiting for the new Dragon Age game, a trailer or something to come out for Dragon Age. I wish they would go back and remaster the other games for PlayStation 5, because I would totally, because every so often, like, I would go back and play Dragon Age Inquisition, because again, this is one of my favorite fantasy-like franchises and games, and I love going back into this world every so often. And speaking of, that's something that reminded me. And another criticism, I guess I have 3 criticisms of this show, even though I still really enjoyed it overall. There was nothing, because when I think about Dragon Age, like, I think about, especially when it comes to Dragon Age Inquisition, like, the score and the music for Dragon Age Inquisition is incredible. And every so often I would go back and listen to the main theme for Dragon Age. And so with this being a huge fantasy epic, like, there was nothing in the score that like hit me as much as the original like Dragon Age Inquisition score. And I was hoping that And I went to look to see who did the score, because I was like, this isn't the same guy that did the video game, right? And it's not the same guy that did the video game. So I wish for this show they got Trevor Morris to do the score, because yeah, nothing in the score was like as epic as the video game was. But regardless, with that said, I still recommend the show. I really enjoyed this show. I hope we get a season 2. I hope we get to see more from these characters. I hope we get to see more from this world. I hope we get to see more fleshed out aspects of this world, more characters from the Dragon Age world, Dragon Age Inquisition, more name drops in season 2. So yeah, I'm excited. It's definitely a recommend. But with that said, like, if you guys are not fans of Dragon Age Inquisition or the Dragon Age lore in the world, if you've never played the games and you have seen the show or you will plan on watching the show, come back here in the comment section and let me know, what did you guys think? Like, did you find getting into it difficult because you didn't know the world, or were you still able to pretty much piece what you needed to know together based on these 6 episodes? I'm really interested in that. So hit me up in the comment section below and let me know. If you are fans of Dragon Age and you played the games, how does this animated movie stand up to your expectation of the games? Did it live up to your expectations? Did it not live up to your expectations? Does it have you, just like me, just as excited about Dragon Age 4? Again, hit me up in the comment section below. Also, if you can, once again, hit that thumbs up button and like this video to really help out with the channel. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.